Tutor at amtutors.com, and welcome to my channel. We are doing part 4 of our System of Equations word problems section. Lots of videos in this because there's lots of different ways that these word problems can be worded. So let's get started. You are cleaning up and you found money. Yay, money! You found pennies and nickels totaling 59 cents. If you had 15 coins, how many of each did you find? Okay, so we're looking for how many I had of each. So I'm going to define my variables and say P is the number of pennies, and N equals the number of nickels. Make sure you define your variables so you always know what you're talking about. Now I've got two sentences here. I found how much money I had and then how many coins. Those are my two different equations. If that's how much money I have, I need to multiply by the amount that these pennies are worth. So pennies are 1 cent times the number of pennies. How much times how many tells me how much money I have in pennies. Plus how much times how many for nickels. Be careful with where your decimal is. It's 0.01 for pennies and 0.05 for nickels. That will give me the 59 cents that I was looking for. Now my next one is just how many I had all together. Well, I have P pennies and N nickels. That will give me 15. Now a trick for this one to make the math a little bit easier. I'm going to multiply this top equation by 100. When I do that, my decimals will go away. 100 times 0.01 just gives me 1p, plus 100 times 0.05 gives me 5n, and 100 times 0.59 will give me 59. So you could do it in cents instead of in dollars like I did in the pink, and then you'll get the green to start with. It does not matter how you start. You will still get the same equations in the long run. Now this is set up really nicely for, we could do substitution, but I'd have to rearrange it a little bit. I'm going to avoid that. So I'm going to do elimination. If I multiply the second equation by -1 and add these then, make all these the opposite sign, then I add them, the p will cancel. That will give me 4n equals 44. Divide both sides by 4 to get the n all the way by itself. That means I had 11 nickels. So come back over to this one. I've got P plus 11 nickels will give me 15 all together. I can plug it into the first one or the second one. I did the second one because then I'd have to deal with decimals, or actually like any numbers really, like I'd have to multiply by 5 or anything. Subtract 11, and I get that I had 4 pennies. So 4 pennies, 11 nickels. That's my answer. Now stick around, I'm going to do one more. Alrighty, we've got another problem. The length of a rectangle is 4 more than twice the width. The perimeter is 26. What are the dimensions? So we want the length and width. I'm going to draw a little rectangle over here. We know that the perimeter is 26 centimeters. We know that this is my length, and we know that this is the width. Well, that gives me one of my equations right there. I can write that one first. 2L plus 2W gives me my perimeter. I've got an L on top and bottom, 2 L's. I've got a width on each side, so that's the 2W gives me my 26. Now the other one comes from where the length is 4 more than twice the width. I'm going to write it down here because I don't want it to be crunched up there. The length is 4 more than. With more than, we know we added at the end. Twice the width means 2 times the width. So those are our two equations for our system. We can do this one with substitution. Super easy. The L is already by itself. I don't have to rearrange anything. So we're going to take all of this and plug it in right there where there's an L. When we do that, we need to be very careful and we make sure we multiply the whole length times 2. So don't forget your parentheses. Plus 2W gives me 26. So let's solve that and we'll get the width. So we distribute 4W plus 8 plus 2W. Combine like terms. Those are my W's. They both have a W, so combine them. That gives me 6W. Then we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. we're going to divide by 6. And we get the width equals 3 centimeters. So width, 3 centimeters. Now we've got to find the length. We can go back to either one of these like greenish yellow equations. It doesn't matter which one we do. I'm going to do the second one because that'll give me L all by itself. L equals 2 times the width, which we said was 3, plus 4. Order of operations, we multiply. Then we add. So I got that the length is 10. And it's not just 10, it's 10 centimeters. I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to do at least one more. Make sure you're liking and subscribing so you always get the latest and greatest math content when we post it. And don't forget, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us, amtutors.com. We'd love to get you set up with some tutoring sessions with our certified math teachers. Have a great day.